Welcome to the Work Integrated Learning Hub. I am Associate Professor Rachel Hains-Wesson, and today I am going to just quickly give you some outline around next steps in terms of the Industry Placement Program China in Shanghai for Buzz 2504 and Buzz 6506. Firstly, congratulations. It's a big step applying for this program and then going through the assessment centres and then coming to the final step of the selection process and being offered a place in this program. It's a very competitive program and there are certain criteria that students need to meet in order to apply, go through the assessment centre and then be successful. So well done. I am actually going to be the unit coordinator of the IPP China Shanghai program. I'm also the director of the Work Integrated Learning Hub, and I'm looking really forward to supporting students in their placements and to ensure that you get the best experience you can get in terms of your learning and getting you job ready for when you graduate. Also, there is another important person in the Will Hub who I'm sure you have met through emails and potentially have been in conversation with her. Her name is Vanessa Ahern, and she's a senior Will Hub administrator, and she works very closely with me in terms of setting up the program, ensuring that all the risks are in place and that you are going to be looked after on the program as well. In terms of the program, when it begins, and obviously majority of the students will already be in China, you also have support network that we have organised for this program as well. We have Fan from Fan Studios. She's been working with us for a couple of years now. She comes with great recommendations. She has huge contacts with the government in China, as well as small to medium enterprises, as well as startups. She runs her own startup as well, so she's very knowledgeable and a great asset to the program as well. And she will be assisting all students after hours, and she is the one that's organising the accommodation and is the main contact person in terms of anything around risk, after hours, weekends, and to do with the accommodation. We're also partnering with OzCham Shanghai office. We've been partnering with them for a couple of years as well, and they are our external partnership, and they also will be managing the securing of your placements and ensuring that you're matched to the appropriate organisation, and I'll talk a little bit more about that as I move forward through this presentation. I just want to explain some of the expectations of the program, because yes, it's fantastic that you have now been offered a place in the program, but now you really need to think quite deeply and do your homework and do your research and make sure this program is the right program for you at this time of your degree. And I really am very keen to set up expectations early for students, because placements are very complex and they can't always be, we can't always know exactly how a placement's going to go. So you need to really ensure that this is something that you want to do. And this is why we have a prestigious and competitive process in applying, because we want to make sure that we get the right students in this group that are going to be doing placements in Shanghai and representing the University of Sydney Business School. So there's a couple of key points that I look for in a placement program in terms of it being highly successful, and that is that it must have really good accommodation. And I always listen to students' feedback, and I've been doing placements for a long time, and one of the key feedback mechanisms I get from students is if the accommodation isn't up to scratch, that can really be a downer in terms of their placement experience. So we have had students stay at this accommodation that we have chosen, which is at the Shanghai University. It's of high quality. Fan Studio, Fan. She has organised the accommodation for us. We've already had students stay there and we've received very good feedback from that. It's centrally located in Shanghai. That doesn't mean it will be very close to your work. It might be. It just depends on where you're placed. But what we've done is we've chosen accommodation that is central in Shanghai, and is close to a subway and transport. But don't be surprised that you might need to travel to your place of work. We can't have students being in accommodation all over Shanghai. It becomes a risk management process for us. We need students all in the same complex, and as you know, there's COVID-19, so we're quite restricted in where we can have students stay. And when students are staying in the accommodation, as you know, China government is very strict around COVID-19, so you will not be able to travel outside of Shanghai while you're doing your 6-week placement, so do keep that in mind. It is twin share. I have been there myself when I could travel, and I've done a review of the accommodation, and I would stay there myself. It's very nice, it's very clean, it's easy access to meals, easy access to transport, and ideally for me, what's really important is it's safe, it's quality, and it's centrally located.
Now I just want to
talk about how you will be assessed for this unit of study that has a placement component. I've really made sure that I've taken on student feedback, because you will be doing a full-time unpaid placement, and I know that you'll also have other commitments as well. So I want to make sure that the unit aligns to that experience and that no student is disadvantaged. So from student feedback, what I've done is I've retailored the assessments to really align with your work experience and to help you prepare, have that experience during your placement, and also to reflect on your placement experience. So the first assignment you'll be doing will be an employability skill objectives, which will have a template for you to fill in. It will be worth 30%, and it's around 500 words, excluding your reference list or any appendices that you'd like to attach to that. You will also throughout your placement have online participation and engagement, which includes workshops, multiple online activities. Some of these will be quizzes, and also online modules that you will learn skills in order to help you with your assignments, approximately around 500 words. Lastly, the final assessment, which is due right at the end of your placement, and in most cases once you've completed your placement, will be a short reflective essay. And I will also have online learning for you to support this process. This assignment is worth 40%, and it will be at 1,500 words. So it's a short reflective essay on a key employability skill you'd like to focus on, and using your experience in terms to back up your claims that you're going to be making in this essay, and also making sure it links to the relative and relevant literature, which is highly recommended and also optional, and is part of the Canvas site too. More information around your assessments will be available in Canvas, and I will personally be taking you through that process step by step. So, in conclusion, again, congratulations for getting to this point of the process in terms of the IPP China program, and I am looking very forward to meeting each and every one of you and taking you through this wonderful journey. Thank you.